The crushing dark of the ocean, a place where sunlight dies and pressure can turn steel into dust. For centuries, we've seen it as a vast, empty void. But what if that void isn't empty at all? What if, beneath the waves, an ancient, incredibly advanced civilization still lives, hidden from our world, watching us from the silent abyss? Imagine standing on the edge of history, not in dusty ruins, but on the shore of a world we can barely comprehend. We think of civilizations rising and falling, of empires turning to dust, of knowledge lost forever. We build our towers, proud of our achievements, thinking we're the peak of existence. But what if everything we know is wrong? What if, as the seas rose and swallowed the land, a whole society, more advanced than we can imagine, simply went down? Think about how huge the ocean is. It covers most of our planet. Sunlight barely reaches the bottom, and the pressure there is immense. We send robots and submarines down there, like tiny eyes peering into the darkness. And what do they find? Not just strange creatures and weird landscapes, but things that look like structures, oddities, hints of order in the chaos. Like the strange rock formations off Japan that some believe are man-made, or the remarkably preserved ancient village of Atlantis, underwater for over 8,000 years. Evidence is there, hidden where we rarely look. There are underwater roads, like the one from the Hwar culture in Croatia, built 7,000 years ago, or the ancient Greek city of Pavlopetri, submerged for over 3,000 years, with its streets and buildings still clear to see. These aren't just random rocks, they are cities, towns, proof of complex societies that existed and then disappeared under the water. Why did they go? Was it a sudden disaster or a choice? The story of Atlantis, the mythical lost city, is popular for a reason. It taps into our fear of the unknown and our wonder about what we don't know. Plato wrote about an advanced civilization that sank into the sea in a single day and night. Maybe this story isn't just a myth, but a faded memory of something real. What if Atlantis wasn't just one story, but a confused memory of many places? What if, as coastlines changed and the sea level rose, entire civilizations decided to move their homes underwater, to survive by becoming one with the ocean? We see ancient civilizations vanish all the time. The Maya, the Indus Valley people, their cities were abandoned. Theories talk about drought, war, or social collapse. But what if some of them didn't disappear, but changed? What if their collapse was actually a move, a transformation into something new? The deep ocean is a place of extreme conditions, immense pressure, and total darkness. It's hard for us to explore. But maybe this difficulty is exactly why a civilization could stay hidden. Imagine a society that mastered not conquering land, but understanding and living in the ocean's depths. A society that, maybe thousands of years ago, figured out how to live in an environment that would crush us. Think about what they would need. Cities that glow with their own light. Structures powered by hot vents from the Earth's core. A way to live with the sea creatures, not against them. Could they have built cities that use water pressure to their advantage? Cities bigger than our skyscrapers? Cities powered by the very ocean that would destroy us? We know about underwater hot springs, like the Lost City Field, which have been active for thousands of years, showing how life can exist in extreme places. While scientists say these are natural, the sheer size and age of these underwater structures make you wonder. What if a civilization learned to build and shape these environments? Water is central to almost every ancient story. It means life, destruction, rebirth, and the deep, hidden parts of our minds. What if an ancient civilization, seeing other societies rise and fall on land, chose to become part of water, to live in its eternal flow? Their existence would be a secret passed down by the waves, a puzzle in the ocean currents. We often fear what we don't understand. The vast ocean scares us because it's the ultimate unknown. But what if that fear is hiding something amazing? What if the greatest civilization Earth has ever known isn't lost, but just out of sight? Picture their cities, not made of concrete and steel, but of glowing corals and specially grown sea plants, lit by a soft internal light. Imagine huge, quiet cities powered by the ocean itself, where people live in balance with their environment. Their knowledge of sea life, of the ocean's currents, of energy sources we haven't even dreamed of would be incredible. What would these people even look like? Would they have changed over thousands of years, their bodies adapted to the deep sea's pressure and different atmosphere? Would they communicate through gentle pulses of light or vibrations in the water instead of words? Would their society be like a single, connected mind, or a collection of brilliant individuals working together? If such a civilization exists, it changes everything we think we know about history and humanity's place in the world. It means our story isn't the only one, and perhaps not even the main one. It's a tapestry with threads hidden in the deepest parts of our planet. We stand on the beach, looking at the waves, always curious about the ocean's secrets. Are we the only intelligent life that has ever been on Earth? Or are we just one part of a much larger, older story, a story told in the silent, endless depths of the ocean? The question hangs in the air, a persistent echo in the vast blue. What if they are still there? This idea is like a stone dropped in a calm pond, sending ripples across our understanding of reality. We search the stars for aliens, but maybe the most mind-blowing discovery is right here, in the crushing, dark waters of our own planet. Think about how this would change us. Our own fears about the unknown often reflect our own inner uncertainties. Water is a symbol of our subconscious, our hidden feelings and thoughts. Could this ancient underwater civilization be a mirror of our own hidden potential, our own buried wisdom? The clues are scattered, debated, but there. Strange underwater structures, ancient submerged villages like Atlantis, preserved for thousands of years, showing us glimpses of lives long gone. These aren't definitive answers, but they are persistent questions from the deep, asking us to look again, to think differently. What if their technology wasn't about machines, but about biology and sound? Imagine cities grown from living organisms, shaped by sonic frequencies, powered by the ocean's energy. Their communication might be a silent exchange of thoughts, or patterns of light dancing in the water. Their understanding of the world could be far beyond ours, a different path of evolution. The fall of ancient civilizations is a common story in history. The Maya, the Indus Valley, their stories warn us about how fragile societies can be. But what if some of these falls were not endings, but new beginnings? What if, facing problems on land, a civilization made a bold choice to move underwater, to adapt and to survive by merging with the ocean? This isn't just science fiction. It's inspired by real discoveries happening in our oceans. Every sonar scan that finds something unusual, every artifact that surfaces, adds a piece to a puzzle that's far from solved. The deep ocean is our planet's last great mystery, holding secrets that could rewrite everything we know about history and life. Consider the impact on us. We face huge environmental problems today. Our actions have consequences that last for ages. The idea that other advanced civilizations might have existed before us and left little trace makes us think about our own place in time. What if the underwater cities we find aren't just ruins of drowned surface dwellers, but thriving homes of those who chose the deep? What if they represent not failure, but the ultimate success in adaptation? What would it take for us to truly explore these depths, to cross the gap between our world and theirs? It would require a huge change in how we think, a willingness to believe in the impossible, and to accept that we might not be the first or the only intelligent life on this planet. It would need countries to work together, to invest in new technologies that can handle the immense pressure and darkness, technologies that allow us to connect and understand. It means facing our deepest fears and our most basic beliefs about ourselves and our past. The ocean floor is like a massive history book filled with stories from long ago. And in its silent, crushing depths, the question repeats with the rhythm of the waves. If a first civilization still lives underwater, what does that tell us about us, about our journey, about what it truly means to survive and adapt? Are we the final product of all that came before, or just another page in a much bigger, older story? A story that continues to be written, unseen and unheard, in the vast, watery heart of our world. The answer might not be in finding them, but in daring to look, in daring to question, and in daring to believe. It's waiting in the silence, waiting for us to look down and truly see.